welcome back everybody to week 3 of the picks. You're probably going, hey, where's the other 2 squares? Well, Frank had to be pre-recorded and Cut's missing in fucking action. But joining me live, quote unquote, is Earl. How you doing, Earl?
What up? Happy to be here, of course.
Dude,
Shooting
super
live
happy you're
from
here.
my father-in-law's man cave.
I've been there. It's a nice man cave. Going over last week's records. Myself, Earl, and Frank all finished with 12-4. Cut in the fans finished at 11-5. The fan submissions, I want to thank you guys. We had 7 responses this week. That's 2 more than last week, so we're going up. The fans' losses last week were the Steelers, the Saints, the Chargers, the Seahawks, and the Chiefs. Those were pretty tough matchups last week.
Yeah, that Seahawks loss was tough, huh?
The Titans came back through. The Steelers let everyone down, but they played a very good game themselves.
The
Raiders.
Really know what to think about. Oh, dude, I've been wrong on them both weeks, so
yeah.
Guess where I'm going this week?
Where's that?
Las Vegas.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Sick. The Chargers game they lost on. The Seahawks. Oh, we already said. And then the Chiefs. The Ravens game.
That was one of the best games I've seen in 2 years, dude.
My favorite part about that game was John Harbaugh saying, "Do you want to go for it?"
Harbaugh.
That's complete trust in your quarterback.
Yeah.
That's great.
Are you
communication.
worried about the Chiefs at all with that loss? Are they, they were wanting the perfect season?
The Chiefs are the same team they were last year. Very explosive, high offense team, not very solid on defense.
Yeah.
They score a lot of points, but good. No. They do score a lot of points, but they have to hang on to that lead better than they did against the Ravens.
It's how I remember the Saints being early in Drew Brees' career there. It was just like, we're going to outscore you, try to keep up.
If you were the only thing I could see that you would be worried with is being worried about your red zone offense, because when they tried to score in the 4th quarter and I believe the 3rd quarter, the Ravens did a very good job of shutting the Chiefs down when it came down to it, but I'm not really worried about the Chiefs because they have one of the best receiving duos. They have Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. And then they still got Patrick Mahomes under the.
They are beasts. They're beasts.
So they're going to be good for a while.
I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire on one of my fantasy teams, and he hasn't done shit all year.
Same here. It's a tough one because he's still very young and he can still be very dominant, but it's just one of those guys that I've been hanging on to out of principle.
Production.
Yeah. Packers Lions game was Monday Night Football. We can talk about that since we have a little bit extra time. How'd you feel the Lions did?
Man, don't let that the score of the Niners-Lions game fool you. Both games this year have been a blowout. The Lions have been blown out 2 weeks in a row. Their defense is not very good to just downright terrible. And Jared Goff, I mean, you think about his issues in Los Angeles was turnovers and not protecting the football. And what is the issue we're running into with the Lions? Same shit, different jersey. You know what I mean? He's got 2 picks and a fumble this year already. It's been 2 games, man. You got 3 turnovers in 2 games. Yeah,
coming along with eating that contract. They do have 4 first-rounders. This is a rebuild year, no matter how many Detroiters think it's not. Early reports were saying fire Dan Campbell, and some guy said, look, if Dan Campbell doesn't work out, he doesn't work out. But we're 2 games into the season, and remember that it's a rebuild.
Yeah, and I will say this: they have played really hard.
Yes,
and have they gotten their asses whooped? Yes, but have they ever just kind of laid down and taken it? No, they're just not a very good football team right now.
They also have a receiving core of people I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, they're actually decent, but you can't have. I mean, that fumble under center, dude. You're a professional quarterback. You should not fumble under center.
Yeah, that was probably the nail in the coffin at that point.
Yes.
The first half we started off slow, but We came out to play in the second half. Aaron Rodgers took control of the ball, scored, threw 4 touchdowns. So I was happy with the performance. Big test coming up this week, but yeah. So anywho, this week we have an additional minute for everybody. We're going to introduce kind of a new segment thing where you're going to go down for your picks, but when you get to your team, you're allowed to elaborate on that game for a little bit of bonus time. So Earl, if you're ready, you can go for. I mean, I don't even care who goes in order this week because Cut's gonna have to go last. But
Why don't you go first?
All right. Timers on the clock. Okay, starting off the rip, Panthers Texans. The Texans starting a rookie quarterback again. They don't have all their pieces together yet. They're kind of in a rebuild because of their entire situation with their organization and their regular starter. I'm gonna go Panthers for this one for sure. Washington.
That's my JT.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Washington football team versus Buffalo. Buffalo's going to roll through town. There's no reason to stay on that one. Bears Browns. This one's going to be a good game. A lot of good defense, but I think the Browns are more put together than the Bears right now. And I think this game for the Bears is going to be the game where people start going, "Why is Andy Dalton still in?"
I don't think he is.
Oh, yeah. So Justin Fields.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah, well, this is a big game for Justin Fields because if he plays bad, they're gonna, want to go back and forth.
Exactly.
It's gross. Lions, Ravens. Well, after that Ravens game last week, I'm gonna go Ravens. I mean, you almost have to. Colts, Titans. Frankie's boy. Wentz is not starting, so I'm gonna go Titans for sure. Chargers, Chiefs. Like we were talking about, I'm not really worried about that loss. The Chargers are a very good team, but I'm going to go the Chiefs for this game for sure. Saints and Pats. We saw the real Jameis Winston last week? I don't know. He had a great week against the Packers, and then he shit the bed. Which one are you going to get against the Pats? I'm going to go, man, this one was a tough one for me, and I was still 50-50. But I'm going to go Pats here. Patriots all day. Falcons, G-Men. It's kind of a scrub game, but I got to go Giants. Saquon's going to have to – I have him starting for fantasy. He's going to have to get something to start.
Dude, he hasn't done shit either.
Nope. Bengals, Steelers. I'm going to go Steelers. I'm going to go week 1 Steelers. I'm going to hope they show up. Cards, Jags. Kyler Murray, man. My God. Tearing it up versus a rookie quarterback with a coach I hate. Jets, Broncos. Last week, their rookie starter threw 4 interceptions, and one of the reporters asked if he was seeing ghosts, which I thought was hilarious. I think the Broncos get it done here. They just have more experience. Finns and Raiders. Raiders for sure. Last week, Tua took a huge hit. I don't know if he's starting this week, so we're going to go Raiders. Bucks and Rams. Potentially, that's your NFC matchup in the NFC Championship game. So there's going to be a lot of eyes on this game. I feel like this should be the Sunday Night Football game more than anything, but you get what you get.
It's the midday. What is that about?
It's probably America's game of the week since the Cowboys play. So you're going to get Joe Buck, and you're going to get
Troy Aikman. High-ass Troy Aikman.
Yeah. I'm going to go Rams here. There's just something about this Rams team that if they're going to get it done, it's this week. Hawks and Vikings. I'm going to go Seahawks for sure. I don't really like the Vikings this year. They've had their chances but what does the Vikings kicker do for every game winner? He shanks it. Packers, 49ers. I'm going to go Packers for sure. This is not the same 49ers team that we've seen. They're kind of hurting. Kittle's numbers are down. I'm going to go Packers for sure. And then Eagles, Cowboys. Like I said, every week I'm becoming a bigger fan of Dak Prescott, but I still hate the Cowboys. But if you look at the Eagles game last week and what they have compared to what the Cowboys have, I think the Cowboys get it done. I think the score is 27-17 Cowboys.
All right, JT, okay. Mine's in different order, so just I'll
figure it out. You can go.
All right. So your first game is Panthers Texans.
Yes.
Man, the Panthers have surprised me this year. They've played very well for being an absolute dumpster fire.
Sam
Tyrod
Darnold.
Taylor playing good ball. It's
Oh, is he?
just, but yes, I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I think the Panthers are a sneaky good team. Their defense is pretty solid, and Sam Darnold's looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So I like the Panthers. And then I've got Buffalo West over Washington football team. I think that goes without saying, even though Washington does have a good defense. I've got Cleveland over Chicago. I think this is a real good Cleveland team that's going to play well. But the Chicago, they're just not a winning football team. Then I've got Detroit, Dallas, or Baltimore. I'm taking Baltimore over Detroit. I mean, I think that's yeah. The Lions are terrible. They are 12th in offense and 20th in defense, and they are -1 in turnovers. Jared Goff has 3 of those turnovers himself. He has 5 touchdowns to 3 turnovers. That's unacceptable. The defense is trash, but they're playing hard. I got Tennessee over Indy. I think Tennessee kind of reinvented themselves, going back to letting Derrick Henry eat, and then you let Tannehill play action off of that. In Indy, Carson Wentz out, shocker. Who's their backup? Is it Nick Foles?
No, it's the rookie. He got his first start. He got his first play last week, and people were cheering him on. Yeah, something crazy.
Okay, Chiefs over Chargers. I think the Chiefs use this loss to refocus. Now that the undefeated season is out of the way, I think their heads come back down to earth. The Chargers are good. I love Justin Herbert, but they're not going to win. I'm actually going to take the Saints over the Pats. This was a tough one. Love Bill Belichick. I like Mac Jones. I just feel like the Saints are more complete, and they're a better football team than what they played last week. We saw it the week before. So that's the Saints. Giants over Atlanta. That's a crap game. Snoozer. Yeah, Atlanta's terrible, but Giants are at least competitive. I got Pittsburgh over Cincinnati. I love Joe Burrow. I like what they're doing in Cincy, but the offensive line isn't very good. You got a man named TJ Watt across from you, and Pittsburgh wins that one. Arizona over the Jags. That's who cares? Kyler Murray has looked awesome. Their defense isn't great, but poor Trevor Lawrence isn't doing so well.
Early MVP whispers out of Arizona.
Yep. I like Denver over New York Jets. That's pretty self-explanatory. I actually like the Raiders over Miami. I've been wrong on them twice, so I got them. I got picking them this week. I'm not going to be wrong 3 weeks in a row with the same team. Plus, Miami, Tua Tagovailoa is out. He's like a sheet of glass. That dude is as soft as they come. I'm taking the Bucks over the Rams. Tom Brady is lighting it up this year. 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The Rams are going to be good. I can't wait to see this matchup later in the year, but it's still early. The Bucks are too refined, and Stafford and McVay haven't quite hit their stride yet. Seattle over Minnesota. Minnesota not looking good, and Russell Wilson beats the Vikings most of the time. I'm actually going to take Green Bay over the 49ers, but I'm going to disagree with your thought on the 49ers. They're a really good team, really good defense. Their 2-0 record is exactly what it should be. But I think the Packers get on a little roll here. Dallas over the Eagles. Dak Prescott balling out. I'm not a Eagles fan. I don't really hurts. And Dak's been getting it done. I got them winning 27-21.
Hey, joining us via satellite because this is the very high-end producing studio is Frank. Frank can be with us tonight. How you doing, Frank?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. A lot of big matchups for you this weekend. We talked about doing a thing where each of us kind of talked into our own matchups for our teams, but it looks like you got a good divisional matchup between the Colts this week and then Eagles Cowboys. So, what was your biggest takeaway last week, though, Frank, from all the football that was played?
Carson Wentz has got to have the worst luck injury-wise out of any player, I think, in the NFL currently. Injury-prone is, you guys say it all the time. I had high hopes, and he's on a short leash. If he doesn't compete this year, he probably has one more year next year. And then after that, organizations are probably going to be like, look, it's time to do something. You're probably going to be back up. But anyway, biggest takeaway, good. We saw the real Green Bay.
Yeah, that was nice.
Shoddy at best. If they're going to repeat this year, they're going to have to get what they had. Their defense has to play like they did in the Super Bowl for the rest of the season. Rams look good with Stafford. It pains me to say that.
Yeah.
And we saw a little bit of the Eagles. Nick Sirianni, rookie play calling.
Yep.
Rookie coach play calling, and it cost them. It was a very winnable game against the 49ers, but I don't know how many times they were in the red zone, they couldn't score. So,
right. All righty, Frank, are you ready with the picks?
I am ready with the picks.
Okie dokie. And the timer starting now.
All right, so Panthers versus the Texans. I'm going to go Panthers. I think their defense is rock solid. I got to go Bills over Washington. Bears Browns. This is going to be a difficult one. Justin Fields, is he getting the start? Is Andy injured? I don't know. I like Cleveland. Ravens Lions. I think Ravens win this one. Colts Titans. Wentz is probably not going to start, so it's going to be Eason. So I'm going to go Titans. Chargers Chiefs. I think the Chargers have a bounce back week. I think the Chiefs are vulnerable. I go Chargers. Saints at New England. I'm going to go New England. I don't like Jameis Winston. We got Falcons G-Men. I think G-Men win that one. Bengals Steelers. Oh, I'm going Cincy on this. Cards versus Jags. Cards are going to dominate that. They're looking good, but with Kyler.
Yep.
Jets Broncos. I'm going Broncos. Fins versus Raiders. Fins are coming off a bad game. I got to go Raiders. Bucks Rams. Now this is going to be a matchup. We're going to see that high-powered offense with LA versus that, like I said, shoddy defense for Tampa. But I still think Brady pulls it out in the final minutes. So I'm going Bucks. What are those? So that's Vikings Hawks. I'm going Seattle. Sorry, I'm on my phone. Packers Niners. I got to go Pack. Go Pack. Go.
Love it.
And the Eagles Cowboys. The matchup I love. Fuck Dallas. I'm definitely going Eagles in this one. I don't think Dallas is as good as everybody thinks they are. Dak is an average quarterback. Hurts, I think Sirianni learns from his mistakes. Hurts learns from his mistakes last week. And I think the Eagles offense starts rolling. And so I'm going to go final score since it's an NFC East matchup. I'm going to go 24-21.
Alrighty then, good. Like you said, good NFC East matchup. The Colts coming off those injuries. Last week, Frank, just to let you know, you went 12-4. You're tied for first right now with 21-11 with a four-way tie with Cut, Earl, and the fans. Frank, thanks for taking time out of your busy day. We'll edit this into the video. But hopefully you're back, live with us now.
Hey, everyone. Cut's finally nice enough to grace us with his presence. We've already got Frank's, mine, and Earl's picks in the books, starting with Cut. Cut, let me know when you're ready, and I'll start the timer.
All right, ready to go.
Okie dokie.
All right, first game of the week. I'm going to take Carolina over Houston. CMC is going to have a big game against Houston. They're starting a new quarterback. It's going to be easy money for them. Buffalo over Washington. That's a no-brainer. I'm going to take Cleveland over Chicago in the next one. They've been playing really good football recently. Baltimore over Detroit. That one's also a no-brainer. I don't think no one's going to pick someone. No one's going to pick Detroit there. This game actually might be closer than people think, but I'm going to go Tennessee over Indy. Riding New England. We've been playing really good football. Good running game. Max playing okay. Not too many touchdown passes, but he's protecting the ball well. For the next one, I'm going Atlanta over New York. I was going to pick New York because I think Saquon's going to have a bounce back game, but I also think Atlanta's due for one too. We're going to go Pittsburgh over Cincinnati for the next one. Joe Burrow's having a rough year so far. Arizona over Jacksonville. I might ride them the rest of the year. They're playing really good football as well. Next one, I'm going to take Denver over the Jets. The Raiders over Miami. They're playing great football. Derek Carr's playing out of his mind right now. This game is going to be either a shootout or a blowout. Tampa Bay over the Rams. The one after this is my one game that I'm not too sure about, but I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say Minnesota gets the win over the Seahawks. And then actually for this game, I found out that Green Bay was the underdog. I don't remember how many points San Francisco is favored, but I'm going to go with Green Bay here.
Okay.
And for the Monday night game, there's no shot that the Eagles beat Dallas, so I'm taking the Cowboys. And let's go 27-14.
One game you skipped was Chiefs and Chargers.
Oh, that's because I didn't write that one down. Let's go Chiefs there. I'm not gonna pick against the Chiefs until they lose, I guess.
We have a lock on the Ravens game, on the Browns game, on the Buffalo game, and on the Panthers game. Frank picked the Chargers.
Okay.
And then Frank's the only one that picked the Eagles. Lock on the Packers. You're the only one that picked the Vikings. Lock on the Bucks. Actually, I picked the Rams.
Interesting.
Everyone has a lock on the Broncos and the Raiders and the Cardinals. And then there's just a few variations this week. So it's a pretty standard week for matchups after, 2 weeks of
A
football.
lot of easy matchups. I put in a couple of parlays, and I couldn't see myself betting any other way for most of the games. There's no shot I'm putting money on Minnesota, but.
Right. All righty then, Cut. Well, I got to get ready for work, so.
All right, man. Sorry, I slept through the thing. Too many mimosas at brunch.
Hey, life happens. All right, cutting back to the studio. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah, those are our picks for the week. By the way, if you're watching in the video, the link in the description for the fan picks takes you right to the form. We had 7 people last week, so that's 2 more than this week. Plus, I didn't get to hang out with Blaze this week, but we're going to try to start implementing Blaze's pick of the week.
Yes.
So we'll do that. Anything that... Go ahead.
I said, come vote.
Yeah, go vote. Any takeaways? Anything that you're really looking forward?
The Bucks Rams game, dude. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be rooting for the Rams, but I think the Bucks are going to win. And for my Lions, dude, I don't see a game on their schedule that they might possibly win until they play Atlanta. So this might be a 1-win football team.
And it's 0.
Dude, it's so sad. And I love seeing what Stafford's doing with the Rams. So.
Yeah, there's the meme going around saying, man, if only the Lions could trade for this guy.
Yeah, I saw it.
Killer. Anyways, Earl, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it. We'll get this uploaded as soon as we get Cuts picks in, but you guys have a great rest of your day.